Hey everybody, Edo here, and for this week's League video, I have a special treat. So I'm in the process of packing and shipping all of the US copies of Heroes and Tricks and Herbaceous. And I know everyone's always interested in shipping and the shipping process and all of that stuff, but it's not often you can see what it looks like to have all of that in process in your living room. So basically, printed in China, manufactured in China, and from China shipped to two places. One shipped to the UK to a company called Games Quest. There are a number of them out there that I've used in the past. Galaxy Games, I'm not getting the names right, but number of fulfillment organizations within Europe that do fulfillment. So I have them do all international. I used to do Canada and some South America, but it just messes up the flow, and Herbaceous was so many packages that I decided against it. So that all of international is going through there. I'm not doing any of that. And then all of the US, which is still 1,800 Herbaceous, 500 Heroes and Tricks, over 2,000 packages, over a ton of stuff is coming out of my living room. Now I'm going to splice in a photo of what it was, what it looked like to have the entire 2 pallets of boxes that are in my garage. I had to have a trucking company, so the packages came over from China. They went to Aldo Impressions. He has some games that will go into retail eventually, but prior to that, he splits off the stuff that I need to have here, and he ships it through a freight company. They drop it off at a residential. I gotta wait. And then they take the pallets and they put it in my garage. Then there's a process of bringing it all into the garage, from the garage into here, right? And I'm about to turn it around and show you, but I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks, but really I just want you to see it. Really just want you to see it. So no more Heroes and Tricks in here. Those have gone out. Herbaceous is here now, but by the time this video airs on Friday, it will all be out of here, and this place will be empty, and we will be happy, and my wife will be happy, and my kids will be happy, and this is a lot of stuff. All right, so this is what I was looking at while filming. As you can see, we have boxes and boxes and boxes of boxes all around. One of the things that's really important is I'm shipping first-class mail because my games are under a pound, which means it's cheaper. However, it means we also need to build and assemble these boxes. But actually, a lot of the process starts over here. This is where I use Stamps.com and their PC program to do all of the address and printing. Now, I used to do this on a normal printer, and that was terrible. This year, I got one of these. Not too bad, probably a couple $100, but this doesn't even use ink. It uses heat to print the labels. It's much faster, it's much cheaper overall, and it helps out a lot. Now, setting up and configuring your addresses and names and all that is a big process. You need to be super organized. It's multi-staged. I don't go into this video and really, I was going to show it and mess around with it, but I didn't want to show people's addresses and all that stuff, so unfortunately not. But you got to make labels. We also have a variety of boxes. Now, we have over here, we had Herbaceous boxes. This is the Butterfly Garden, which was a combo pack with Herbaceous. Some of the Kickstarter exclusive packs. Here are all of Herbaceous Kickstarter exclusive packs. Some people have combos, so I've got Gem Packed and The Siblings Trouble and things like that, and then more and more boxes. This isn't even all the boxes. We have to build these boxes, which my wonderful wife is in the process of. Your hands get... She's wearing headphones, but your hands get hurt as you go, and then we assemble them into boxes. We put... we put the expansion pack on top. We're going to close this up. Then we label. Now, after you're going, and I mean that is a lot of boxes. This is a lot less room. But then we also need to pull together and get them in some other boxes. So these are all labeled. I turn them face down, but we put them in this to get them back into the garage, to get them back into the car. Now you can have the post office pick it up, and the more of these boxes we're going to build. You can get the post office to pick it up, but that's sort of I'll see some other interesting stuff. That's sort of a pain, and it's not so bad to just go and take it on your own. Anyway, look, it's a whole bunch of this. So if you want to do this, you can, but you might not want to. you might be fine with it. I think it's cool. This might be the last time I do it. Heroes and Tricks was smaller packages. It was less games. It wasn't as bad. This is pretty ridiculous. So, I mean, I like having a successful project, but I don't know. Maybe it's fulfillment for the next one. Anyway, this is just a little picture of all the fun. So, just a few tips that I was mentioning before after I gave that little preview. First, organization, 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 right? You need to get the files from Kickstarter, you need to ingest them, you need to set them up, you need to make sure they're accurate, and you just need to be very complete. I go through, anytime I make a change, anytime I redate my file and I update it, and I can look back and say, did I get this guy's address change? Well, it came in on the 18th, this was saved on the 17th, I must not have. Really careful. And then once you have that, you're going to have to process it into your stamps.com or whatever process, whatever, service you're using, and there are many others. And even there, just double checking. One of the things, I make a table that calculates international by location, by type, and that looks at all my spreadsheets in Excel. So I know the amounts that they should be. So whenever I'm working a spreadsheet or changing or going from one place to another, I'll say, well, am I still at 719 single boxes or 2,000 of this, and being able to look at a number to confirm, then to look and triangulate mistakes, super, super, super important. Then once you're in, just little things go a long way. Little things like every one of those stacks you saw was on this wall. These are stacks of 20, 2 deep, 20, 40, 2 deep, 40, 80, 120. 40, 80, 120. Over there it's 25 in rows of 4, 100, 100, 100, 100, right? Being able to quickly know exactly how many things you've done is really important. When we're labeling, 32 boxes, 32 game boxes go into one of those bigger boxes. So I will print labels in sets of 32. Rather than just printing the whole thing, I'll just print 32, 32, 32, and that way I know, well, this label should fit that many and go in a box. And if something happens, I could be like, what's going on? It flags because the numbers break. So the more you can use numbers as stop gaps to make sure you get it right, the better. Treat the people who help you well. Thank your wife. Thank your family. Thank your friends. I have some people coming over tomorrow to help out with labeling. It makes a huge difference. 1 person to 2 people. If you can get 6 people, 8 people inside, buy them some pizza, whatever, that helps a lot. Be friendly with your post office, get to know them, bring them fruitcake, whatever it takes to have a good relationship with the people around you who help service. Get your supplies in advance, give yourself buffer, and just be ready to react. These boxes are 1/4 of an ounce. No, 1/4 of an ounce from being over limit. They're like 15.8 ounces. We have to be really particular about every piece of tape, every little bit, to make sure it hits and make sure it works. So that was close, but we made it. So just pay attention to what you're doing, be organized, use numbers to help you, and just take it one package at a time. So subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Most importantly, make some great games. Thanks.